guys, I'm Ryan Houston and welcome to my fly tying channel. The channel contains hundreds of different videos catering from beginners right through to the more advanced tyers and covering flies and patterns from all around the world. If you like what you see, stick around until the end of the video where generally you'll find the pattern description, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Let's get on with the show.
Hi guys, so what we're going to tie is a Calvin shrimp, or at least a version of one, and I'm going to tie it here on a B175 for the way of things today is that we're going down the catch and release route. So B175 certainly in 10s, 8s and 6s is a fairly popular choice for these, as I don't really like most salmon singles. And here this is actually a 6 and I've got a 3.8mm fluorescent pink bead on it. Now one thing about the Calvins is if I showed you mine and you showed me yours and everyone showed us their own, they'd be completely different flies or they'd look different. Some are cut the eyes out of you, some are actually quite dull. Personally I like them quite bright. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a hot orange thread. This is a Textream. It's a 6.0 fluorescent flower orange. So the purpose of this video, I guess, is to show you one way of standardizing the Calvins. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this, which is Blob and Buzzer Calvin mix. So it's a standardized dubbing, because as I said, if everybody mixes their own together then they're a random assortment of stuff, but this way you can just go in and buy a proprietary off the shelf version. So the tail on these things generally 3 parts, so red, orange and some sort of magenta. So I'm going to use a bit of runner for this. And I'm going to put a bunch of red in first. Keep it maybe about 1.5 to 2 shank lengths. Then I'm going to go for a longer orange portion in the center. And the amount of any one particular colour you choose, or the way you allow it to predominate, will change the overall feel or colour theme of your fly. So I'm just taking this bit of runner and I'm taking out a lot of the shorter sort of under fur. Now we're going to go off the end of the video here, but the screen. So, but I'm going maybe half as long again with this orange. Now you can see I'm not tying the whole way back, and that is because I don't want to get a lot of bulk back there. But I'm going to choose this point to put in a bit of flash into the tail. So use whatever you want. You want to use crystal hair, whatever. I'm going to use a little bit of Mirage flash here. This is a crinkle flash. I'm going to put on one strand and double it back. That means I've got 2 strands in the tail. But I'm not going to allow that to go full length. What I'm doing is I'm cutting it about the length of the red maybe was. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a top tail, shall we say, of a magenta runner in here. So I'll take a little bunch of that. And I tend to have that a little bit longer than the red portion was. Once I've got all in line, I just grab all, pull them backwards, and tie back. To whatever my tie-in point was. No. Rib. I'm going to use again a bit of the Mirage as my rib for this. Although you can use gold tinsel or whatever you want. And we're going to dub the body with our Blob and Buzzer Kelvin mix. Now, there are a couple of different versions of this, because I think, like we said, everyone has their own personal preferences, and I think Tony McCann requested a slightly more orange version of it, so there is that. Now, it's a synthetic dub, and as you can see, it's a mix of a variety of different colours, as is original Kelvin mix. It's quite a fine and grippy dubbing, so it tends to produce a nice, thin, tight chord. And it's very easy to dub with. So, and you can see those sort of yellowy accents coming through it as well. So now we're just going to rib the body. With the pearl and trim that off. So next I'm going to put on a little bit of an underwing. Not everybody uses underwings, but I always prefer in the Kelvins to have some sort of like a bronze, coppery kind of angel hair underneath. So I'm going to put a bunch of that on. Half the amount that I actually want, because I'm going to fold it back, tie over that, and then while I stretch it a little bit, I'm just going to run my scissors along. I'm not actually really cutting with a scissor, I'm sort of using them to shear it off like a knife. And then I'm going to put a wing, and for my wing I'm using a little bit of hot orange fox mask. I'll do is take a bunch of that, grab it, pull out some of the under fur. As you can see, fox mask is super supple and has a nice shape to it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the tail here a little bit, so maybe a hook. I'm putting a wing on that's maybe 1.5 to 2 hook shanks. Then I'll swap over. Trim that off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little blob of varnish there. You can use super glue, but you have to be fast if you're going to do it. What I really wanted to do is to soak into those roots, shall we say, of our wing. Now, 2 hackles. First off, I'm going to use an orange soft hackle, so double that and then tie it in by its tip. Fold it back and tie over it, and then you're going to get 2-ish turns probably out of that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the jungle cock on now, because you can then cover up the tie-ins of your jungle cock with the last hackle. I'm going to select a couple of jungle cock feathers here, one from each side of my cape. I hold them by their tips, and then that allows me to just strip them back to equal points in my hand. So therefore I know whenever I'm tying them in, if I'm tying them in across the same bit, that they're equal length. on the fly. So I set one up on the side, put a turn across it, fold the base back, and then I do the same on the other side. Tie across, flip it back, and then I just want to trim if I could see it. Trim off the stalk. So now we're going to finish the fly with a red dyed badger hackle. So again, hackle doubled, tied in across its tip, and then wrap that line. See, as I put wraps on, I let go of my hackle, but I hold my finger in place, so I've let go of the hackle altogether, and that allows the stalk to rightify itself each time. Because as you wrap, you naturally twist your materials. So I'm just going to half hitch in behind the bead here, trim off this stalk, and I'm going to put another couple of half hitches on, or that is our fly essentially tied. Some people will choose to put on like a collar of light bright or something like that there, or make this bigger so that it becomes almost like a little hotspot. And then finish it off with whatever your choice of varnish or resin or whatever you want to use is. I'm going to use a Sally Hansen hard as nails here. What I'll do is I'll just go to the back edge of the bead and I'll rotate the fly, but I'm just allowing that little bead of varnish just to run down the bead and into it. And you'll probably get a couple of coats, but that is our Calvin single done with our Blob and Buzzer Calvin mix. So it just makes the choosing of your dubbin much more easy.
So thank you for watching until the end of the video. Please take this opportunity to hit the subscribe button down below. Tell your friends about the channel, and if you want to watch some more of my content, then check out some of the links that are appearing in your screens at the minute. As per usual, I hope you enjoyed the video, so until next time, tight lines, and thanks for watching.